Okay, the next bit I'm going to have a quick look at from chapter 1 is the first description we get of Roderick. So the Doctor has returned now to the Hall some 30 years after first visiting as a child, and the first person he meets on this visit is Roderick, the son of the Colonel. We learn quite a few things about this character from this initial description. Firstly, he comes across as rather unfriendly, perhaps even slightly defensive, and certainly disinterested with the Doctor. And this is in stark contrast to his sister's reaction to the Doctor. Significantly, he greets him with a look of suspicion, and that it's only when he notices the bag in his hand, that kind of symbol of the Doctor's profession, that he engages in conversation with Dr Faraday. I think the fact that he notices the bag is important because, for me, Roderick never really views the Doctor as anything other than a family doctor, whereas Caroline obviously develops a much closer relationship and is a much more open character in every sense of the word, actually much more accepting of the Doctor as a friend regardless of class, and much more open to his help. The key moments in this passage that kind of support this idea of Roderick being disinterested are scattered throughout. Actually, he looks at him with suspicion, as I mentioned before, but he also talks to him in a very bland manner. His tone was friendly enough, but he seems disinterested and bored by the sight of the Doctor already. This bit down here as well, I think, is quite important. He'd clearly forgotten that they'd met before, so the insignificance of the Doctor is kind of highlighted by that, but also the fact that he only offers his hand for a perfunctory shake. This kind of effort that it clearly is taking Roderick to be civil is, as I mentioned before, in stark contrast to his rather warm and friendly sister.